Kia ora e te whānau. Hey everyone. Yeah, it's a new week. I'm a little late on the day, but that's okay. I was resting, and I hope that everyone has been moving through this last week okay. Yeah, it's pretty fast paced this time of year, and it's just it's a whole lot. So yeah, definitely encourage staying grounded and not feeling pressure to go at the pace that everyone else is going at, because, you know, I can sometimes feel pressure and it's just like, it's too much. Yeah, so I will pull some cards this week for us, but there were some themes that I was like already feeling in terms of, yeah, collectively. I think some big themes that I have been reflecting on, and this is always a theme, a life theme, is compassion, and how to move with more compassion daily. And definitely compassion for self is the main priority, I feel, because then you instinctively, intuitively have compassion for others if you have compassion for yourself. I also wanted to like speak a little bit on what compassion means. I guess compassion can be like in the form of different, or it can be manifested in different ways, but compassion to me is maybe having empathy for people that are around, that I'm connecting with, even on a day-to-day basis. Compassion for myself looks like being kinder to myself daily, speaking loving affirmations or things over myself. It can also mean like if I have fucked up or if someone else has fucked up around me, being compassionate towards that, or it can be like reminding myself that I do make mistakes, or that I'm not perfect, or reminding myself that someone else makes mistakes and isn't perfect, you know. Yeah, so I guess compassion can come in different forms, but I kind of guess I tie it towards empathy. And so this week I'm giving you a little challenge, and that's to attempt to be a little bit more compassionate with yourself, and even reflect personally on what compassion means for you, because I feel like, because of all our different, I don't know, love languages or ways of showing up can look a little different. But compassion is a great practice and has really helped me stay in gratitude as well. When I haven't always felt like I've wanted to be grateful or positive. And the other thing that was wrapped within compassion for me was forgiveness. So really reflecting on that this week, and with how it's crazy how deeply connected, like when we aren't able to forgive ourselves for something, it's a lot of the time can be usually tied to the way in which we aren't able to forgive another person for something as well. So yeah, I encourage that this week as well, to like really reflect on where forgiveness might be coming up, where, again, tied to like mistakes or past hurt or whatever it is, looking at ourselves and looking at where we can forgive ourselves if there's anything, and if not, then maybe reflecting on forgiving others as well, in whatever way that's applicable. So that's my just the buzz that I've been on this last week. So I'll pull us an animal card because the animals are fun, and then I'll pull some tarot and see how we go. Guidance and affirmations we have for us, the collective, this week. Oh yeah, and there's a new moon. What's the date? Is it tomorrow? Either tomorrow or Friday. New moon in Sagittarius in the Western astrology, and I never know the other ones, so what guidance information we have for us, the collective, this week. What guidance information we have for us, the collective, this week. 3. Okay, we have the Penguin, which says, the period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing. The Chameleon, stay in the background and adapt to the situation rather than being conspicuous and attempting to direct the course of events. And then the Falcon, act on the opportunity that is before you and commit to it without equivocation. And then, yeah, the Camel on the base of the deck, trust the resources. Oh, trust that you have the resources to get through the challenges before you. Okay, so with the Penguin, the Chameleon, and the Falcon. Yeah, it looks like there is a lot of integration happening in terms of our like personal lessons. So this can be anything within our being, but it looks like there's an opportunity for us to really harmonize things within ourselves. With the period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing. It might mean like maybe some of us have been navigating through the unknown, navigating through our shadows, or like the things that are heavier, or and even anxiety, or fear, ego, whatever it is, hurt, wounds, or even, like I said, just not knowing what's coming up next in general. Yeah, it looks like we're kind of coming out of that and coming into more of a space of harmony. So learning from also the past and the parts of ourselves that are coming up that maybe we haven't met before or haven't seen in this way before. Yeah, and I feel like there's a lightness and a playfulness within this too, because when I think of penguins, they're so cute and they're just like waddling around and sliding, and again, like thinking about making mistakes like I was talking about before. Yeah, like penguins like will slip and fall over all the time and just get back up like nothing happened. And I feel like that's also an example. And also like humans, we be watching, you know how like people will watch penguin videos or whatever, and be like thinking how cute it is, and not even like when a penguin falls over or slides on the ice or whatever, tumbles down, we're not really thinking about like, we're not judging the penguin, or we're not like, yeah, I feel like we can be such harsh critiques to ourselves when things don't go the way that we've planned or thought. And I feel like Source is reminding us with this that just to add some playfulness to it and to not take things so seriously if we have been. And even in regards to the actions of others, I'm hearing, let that lesson integrate and move on into playfulness, like keep moving. With the chameleon, yeah, this is like also reminder, I guess, to, oh wow, the wind's going off outside, reminding us to, oh yeah, if there are energies around us that are feeling a little bit chaotic that we don't want to be a part of, sources reminding us, and ancestors reminding us that we can cover ourselves and protect ourselves from that. Like we don't have to be a part of whatever is happening outside of us if it's not for our, like, in our best interest. And also if there is any feelings of overwhelm, visualization is a good technique to use this week. So visualizing yourself covered in warmth or protection, so that can be through color, that can be through light if you want. Yeah, and this is also, I guess, reminders to take the back seat, I'm hearing, but more so in regards to allowing the universal source to get in the driver's seat. So like as we've gone through some integration, some learning of lessons, allowing source to just come and kind of take us a little bit on our journey. And I feel like sometimes, yeah, we do need to do that, especially when we've been doing a lot of work, integrating, learning, and then it can be time for us to either rest or just sit back and let Source and our ancestors do whatever they need to do as well. And I'm, yeah, hearing like co-creation, so that would be, yeah, we are here to co-create with our ancestors and with Source. So, and nature. Maybe some of us might need to go out into nature to like get into this more like meditative state. Also to release anxiety, I'm hearing. So going and sitting, yeah, something else that someone could do is go and sit out with a tree, or sit by a tree, or sit out in nature and imagine or absorb the energy that's coming from nature within that visualization that we were talking about. Okay, and the Falcon, act on opportunity, that's before you. For me, the Falcon obviously has a higher perspective and can see a lot more than, or can see a lot more from up here than, or we can see a lot more from up here than from like so close up. And so I'm also seeing with this that maybe as well, like Source is reminding us to take some steps back from something, to not be so involved in certain things, or like even calling back our energy to ourselves as well. Yeah, and to really take action in terms of moving forward with whatever we want this week as well, after we have recharged ourselves, after we have allowed ourselves to like integrate the lesson, however, and just move forward to what, in whatever way, whatever direction we're feeling called to or know we should do, especially after we've had this time of like meditation, or releasing control and surrendering as well is definitely a thing here this week. And we had trust that you have the resources to get through the challenges before you. So maybe this week we're really being asked to trust like where we're heading, what we've initially committed to, and that we have the tools and the resources emotionally, mentally, spiritually, materially to get there. Okay, let's pull some tarot. Okay, so we have 7 of water, 2 of earth, and dwarves and gnomes. Yeah, so there are a lot of options potentially for us, a lot of emotions this week. Some of us might be feeling a little bit foggy in terms of our emotions, or unclear or confused, and might be important for us to cleanse our energy, spend the week cleansing our energy. There's also like a reminder here with this card as usual, not to invest into anything emotionally if we are unclear, or if our energy is unclear, or invest into something emotionally further, if that makes sense. So yeah, cleanse your energy this week. I guess with the water element, that can be with water, so the visualizing in your showers as well, or your baths, your energy being cleared, your energy, emotions being restored and balanced. Could even be affirming over yourself this week that like my emotions are in harmony. I am harmonious when expressing my emotions. I make balanced decisions, or clear decisions, when it comes to what I'm emotionally investing in. And this doesn't even need to be like a person. It can also be anything really. Even with Two of Earth here, that's kind of more about, you know, juggling work and home. So our could be like our creative ventures, our work, our career, as well require us to be a little bit more clear. I'm seeing that like some of us have the potential to make a decision or an investment without thinking about it clearly, without thinking about it clearly. So just clear your energy first, so you're sure, essentially. Yeah, and even with that integration energy in the past with the penguin, I'm seeing that it is important as well for us to prioritize, if we are feeling confused or foggy, to like prioritize coming out of that space and to allow ourselves to be seen for who we are. So some of us might have just been a little bit in isolation as well, or like hermit mode, or in like sorrow for some reason, and there's reminders here to come out, or encouragement, sorry, to come out of that state. Yeah, and allow yourself to be seen, even if you feel like you're potentially having trouble like integrating lessons from the past, or feel out of place a little bit after going through a period of like cleansing and healing, or fogginess, or whatever it may be. And this is cool because I'm literally looking at it as this little creature is walking towards this dwarf, and so it's like moving away from any fogginess and confusion, a lot of emotion, and more into some balance within home and work, and then entering into quite a deep confidence and protection as well. And there's a lot of protection from Earth within this card, the spirits of Earth as well. So I would remind everyone to if you need to pray protection over your energy, of your emotions as well, do so, because your ancestors or our ancestors and Earth are always wanting to support us. There may even be some I was going to say there may even be some like plants that could help us emotionally, but I'll post them up if they come up, but if not, whatever you are feeling like you're drawn to. And I love this card because it's reminders, or it's someone that is really confident because they know that they're protected and provided for. And so I feel like that's the stance that Source is wanting us to get into. And I love it because there's all these stars in the background as well, which reminds me that we're not only protected by the earth, we're also protected by our ancestors, and also like astrology, or doesn't have to be astrology, it can be like navigation, or we have our own navigation systems. And I'm thinking of traditionally within Indigenous groups, we all have our different navigation systems and how we navigate our beings. And so I'm really feeling like it's important for us this week to tap back into those, if you have access to them. If you don't, astrology is like, basic astrology is okay. We also have Ogun at the base of the deck. This card represents someone taking care of themselves, taking care of their body, eating things that we know that we need this week, consuming things that we know that we need in order to strengthen ourselves and strengthen our hearts as well. And that card also represents someone that isn't afraid to go after what they want, what their heart desires. So whatever it is this week that you feel like you are desiring to move towards, again with this Falcon card, act on the opportunity. So there's a lot of encouragement this week to act after we've had some time of like settling and processing. Yeah, okay, so I'll leave it there, I think. Yeah, so we had the penguin, the chameleon, the falcon, integration, learning about our past, our shadows, our ego, having some time to surrender, to allow our ancestors, source and earth to cover us. Definitely we're seeing a lot of visualization this week, and then moving forward from that and acting in whatever like downloads, energies, lessons that we are learning. And then 7 of water, 2 of earth, and dwarves and gnomes. Yeah, cleansing our energy, not investing into anything blindly, coming out of a space of isolation, allowing ourselves to be seen for the beautiful beings that we are, and remembering that we're protected, guided, above, below, whatever, and yeah, remembering to be confident in ourselves, confident in our being, because of this protection and guidance that we have naturally. So yeah, I will leave that there. Sending you all heaps of love, and talk soon.